everybody, this week on ANN News Kids, I'm going to be talking about Boris Johnson, China-Russia agreement, Beijing Winter Olympics and coronavirus statistics. The country of the week is Mali, and Anita Waweri was the first to guess it. Congratulations. The extra fun segment is all about cyclones, and for the Period Your Career segment, we are talking to Mala Chetty, who is an entrepreneur in Mauritius, who will tell you more about her business and her fantastic journey. I really hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share because we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Boris Johnson's spokesman said that he still controls Downing Street despite many resignations of key people. Many have criticized him on his participation in the parties with the number 10 Downing staff during the lockdown. The Chief of Staff, Chief of Communications, and the official who runs the Prime Minister's private office, including more, have resigned. It may now be difficult for Boris Johnson to stay as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. China has joined Russia opposing the expansion of NATO. China and Russia joined forces after Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, visited the Winter Olympics in Beijing. It's because of the tensions over Ukraine, and Russia has continuously denied plans to invade Ukraine. Russia has also supported China in the One China policy, saying that Taiwan is a breakaway province and will soon be a part of China. Beijing's Winter Olympics 2022 have begun. Beijing is the only city to have hosted the Summer and the Winter Olympics. Most of the snow in the Beijing Winter Olympics is artificial. Because of China's no-COVID effort, even people in Beijing are not allowed to spectate. Many countries are boycotting the Olympics, and many officials from USA, UK, and many other countries have not come. Coronavirus cases around the world are slowly decreasing, although the deaths are increasing. The top 5 countries with the most coronavirus cases are USA, India, Brazil, UK, and France, and the top 5 countries with the most coronavirus deaths are USA, Brazil, India, Russia, and Mexico. In an ongoing attempt to increase the vaccinations in Africa, some South African scientists have decided to replicate the Moderna vaccine. Moderna has not put a patent, so it is allowed. Afrigen Biologics is the company behind it, and they hope to start clinical trials in November. Hi everybody, this week for the ANN News Kids 48th Appear Your Career segment, we are talking to Mala Chetty, who is an entrepreneur in Mauritius with a fantastic journey. She's going to tell you more about her business, and I really hope you enjoy and learn something new.
So, first of all, I have been having lots of activities. I'm 66 years of age, so I'm now more transmitting to the next generation. So I'm mostly mentoring now, either my own family or a woman entrepreneur who are in our association and all that. So it's more like a sort of a transmitting to new generation now. So that's what I'm doing for the time being. Is that
Great.
I'm still in tourism. I don't know if you know about it. I'm in tourism sector mostly. I enterprise. Maybe I'm the first woman entrepreneur in Mauritius.
Wow.
And so after 33 years of running the business, mostly inbound tourism, I've now left it with my son and mentoring behind. He's the leader now for all the activities.
Great. Wow, thank you. And can you tell us a little bit more about what you do as an entrepreneur?
So, as an entrepreneur, first of all, my scientific studies brought me to mostly like in biology sector, pathology sector, and afterwards, and because I started having my children, I decided to open my own business. It was in the early 80s, 83, 84. I started a tourist business. At that time, it was quite difficult to cope with the competition with the big hotels and all that. It was only some big hotels which are at Mauritius. But I decided I would like to have my own type of tourism. So I would say in French, you would say tourisme à visage humain. That is more human-like, human touch. So I've been doing, without any advertisement, I've been running a business and only from mouth to ear advertisement. So started in 84, and for 30 years I've been doing it, running that business. It was like a mostly like a pastime rather than a business. We've been running accommodation and tour operator and all that without much advertisements. There wasn't lots of technology before the year 2000. So it was more like, it was through airline personnel, staff of airlines and all that we started the business. It was a small business, and it becomes, with time, it was more like, with more staff and all that. But afterwards, I was asked by the government to be consultant for women entrepreneurs. That's how I started really entrepreneurship. And then being president of AMFC, that is Association Mauritienne des Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, which is part of the FCM, that is Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise Mondiale. So we are connected with all entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs around the world. Wow. This has been a very big experience for me, that is to know how entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurship is being run in the world. So I think I have a great experience with women entrepreneurs, and problems are mostly the same around the world, because we have to face difficulties linked to gender problems. That is in most sectors, when women first come in, they get problem because the male entrepreneurs found it difficult to allow more women in the sector. I think many women have a problem with banks for bank facilities and all that. So I think my contribution to the country has been to open doors for women. I've been doing this for the last 30 years, opening doors so that more and more women can come to entrepreneurship. I think I've succeeded for Mauritius, not only for Mauritius, for Africa, because I've also participated in many projects, like German projects with exchange programs with SADC and SAARC countries. And that has been a big experience for me also. And also I've been working with the French government on the Francophonie entrepreneurship in Francophone countries. This has also bring me lots of experiences. But as I told you, the challenges are mostly the same, more or less the same throughout the world, the same basic problems. But some countries, and you would believe that in developed countries like in Europe, you would think that women are better off than in other countries, but it's not that true. It's not true. It's not true because I think in Europe we have met with German women entrepreneurs, and in Europe there are. The challenges are bigger for women than in Africa, for example. In South Africa, there is large scope for women entrepreneurship, and it won't astonish me to see that African women, mostly in SADC countries, will one day become the pillars of the economy, because there they have lots of facilities, and I would say Mauritius gave lots of facilities also to women. I hope that it will increase, because maybe we have cultural barriers also in Mauritius, which make entrepreneurship quite difficult. And also the last years we are facing with other problems, but nobody I have been responsible for these problems, and women have been suffering more than men. Women entrepreneurs have been closing down businesses. I mean, it has been worse for women than for men. Have I answered your question?
Yes. Thank you so much. And what do you like most about what you do?
So what I have loved, and which will be stuff for me to write books, not one book, but books, is exchange with different nationalities, the human touch of business. That's amazing, human touch. That is, I've learned how to feel people all over the world. That's fantastic, a fantastic experience to know that makes a difference in a business. The human touch. Unfortunately, we are using more technology now, and people are doing, maybe they are having some sort of robotic attitude now, which makes, and which I don't like at all, that many youngsters keep on the profit side of business and ignore the human touch in enterprises, mostly in enterprises, because in business business means make money, but this is not the end of the story. Experience human experience, I think is the best the best part of business.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And how has COVID-19 affected what you do?
Oh, tourism has suffered a lot. Even if now it has resumed, but it has resumed mostly for big hotels. Tourism is the sector which has been the worst affected. I won't say fortunately or unfortunately, we were renovating at that time. So the renovation has taken not 2 years, but it is still renovating. That is, we have got lots of issues with the builders and all that, which means that I haven't really suffered from the COVID because it was renovation. But I'm sure that when it will start again, you can feel people, you can feel the at the source of our tourism. They are eager to travel. As if you have open doors and all hotels are full. I don't know if you know what's happening now. All hotels are full. And then this is good. It's a good sign that COVID hasn't killed the business, but it has put the sector on a stand. And once the frontiers are open, it will start again. I'm very positive about it. Now, if at one time the population was, the issue was, do we have to protect our nation, our population, and open the frontiers, or close it and let the COVID finish? But what I gather now is that COVID will become, with Omicron, it will become quite like a flu, and we have to live with it. And the economy should not suffer from the COVID. We have to open. We have to let the sort of herd immunity. Vaccination is good, but herd immunity is good also. And afterwards, so if all countries have the same stand on the COVID problem, it will be okay. Some countries are more precautious than others, and because of climate differences between Mauritius and the Western countries, we don't have the same stand for the time being. But I think the government has taken the right step to open the frontiers and let tourists come and take all the sanitary measures, and everything is going on quite well from what I understand from the hotels.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. And finally, what is your advice to kids?
Oh, be human, please. Keep the human touch. How you become an entrepreneur? First of all, is confidence, self-confidence. And self-confidence, I'm addressing to parents. You have to bring up your children, giving them confidence, mostly girls, since the start. And once you have confidence in yourself, there's no problem in facing difficulties of life. And in entrepreneurship, you have lots of difficulties, and you have to be strong. And parents have to rear their children. And most, the this problem we may have in Eastern countries more than in Western countries, where girls do not have the same, even if they have the same potentiality, they don't have the same chance at school or, you know. So for me, I'm talking to the authorities and to parents, give your children strength that they can face difficulties in life. Now, what should I say to kids is that, succeed is one thing, but not at any cost. You have to keep the human touch. You have to keep the feeling of humanity. For me, this is, and maybe COVID has this in positive, has brought to humanity that sense of sharing, understanding others. And money is one thing, but you have to look at the human side also.
Yeah, that is very true. Thank you so much for your time today. It was amazing.
We really appreciate it, and your advice, journey, and career is really amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Le Mali est un pays d'Afrique d'Ouest. La capitale est Bamako et sa population est de 20,3 millions d'habitants. Moussa Moussa, qui était le roi de Mali, est connu comme la plus riche personne d'histoire. L'Empire Songhai était également situé au Mali pendant le XVIe et le XVIIe siècle. Tombouctou était le centre de la culture islamique et un poste de retraite clé pendant la même époque. La grande mosquée du Génie est le plus grand bâtiment du brique du monde. L'or est une naturelle ressource au Mali et Mali est le quatrième plus grand producteur d'or en Afrique. La falaise du Bandiagra est une falaise de 150 mètres de longueur. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui habitent là-bas. Merci. Hi everybody, this week I'm going to be talking about hurricanes, cyclones, and typhoons. I hope you enjoy. They are tropical storms that cause heavy rainfall and strong winds. They can cause a lot of damage and even destroy buildings and cars. It's called typhoon, hurricane, or cyclone depending on where they occur. Hurricanes usually start near the equator in warm regions. In the southern hemisphere, cyclones rotate clockwise, and in the northern hemisphere, they rotate anti-clockwise. The largest typhoon ever recorded is the Typhoon Tip, and it was in 1979 near the Northwest Pacific. It had a diameter of 2,220 kilometers, and it caused a lot of damage. Cyclones have names depending on what time of the year they form. At the beginning of the year, the first cyclone starts with an A and it goes in alphabetical order, so on. I really hope you enjoyed these facts on cyclones, and I hope you enjoyed the footage of a Class 4 cyclone in Mauritius. Thank you.